Yangon, Myanmar. Pope Francis has become the first pontiff to travel to Myanmar, landing here in November. For a 3-day visit as the majority Buddhist nation is facing international outcry over its persecution of a minority Rohingya Muslim population. A small delegation of about a dozen schoolchildren dressed in traditional clothes and most of the country's 22 bishops greeted the Pope as he descended onto the tarmac after a 10-hour overnight flight from Rome. Hundreds of other schoolchildren, dressed in white t-shirts, waving yellow flags and chanting Viva il Papa, lined the streets outside the airport as Francis headed into central Yangon in an older model blue Toyota sedan. Francis is visiting Myanmar Nov.27-30 before heading to neighboring Bangladesh, where the U.N.says some 537,000 Rohingya have fled from violence in Myanmar's western state of Rakhine. The pontiff begins his 6-day, two-country foreign voyage with a delicate diplomatic mission ahead. Human rights advocates want the pontiff to confront de facto Prime Minister Aung San Suu Kyi, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate, over her country's treatment of the Rohingya. But local church leaders have advised him to refrain, while in the country, from specifically mentioning the Rohingya by name for fear of reprisals from Myanmar's military. While Myanmar began a process of democratic reforms in 2015 after a half-century of military rule, the armed forces still have substantial power in the nation, including control of 25% of the seats in parliament.